The candles melted into nothing before anyone arrived. I waited 1 hour, then 2. The cake sat untouched, a bright, meaningless thing in the center of the table. 45 years old today. A surprise, they said. My wife's voice replayed in my mind, soft, conspiratorial. Don't plan anything, darling. Just wait. You'll love it. My parents said the same thing. My sister, too. Everyone laughed the same rehearsed laugh. I waited. By the 3rd hour, the silence became heavy. It pressed against the walls, thick and intentional. Then my phone vibrated. A message, a link, no text. I pressed it. The screen filled with movement, sunlight, laughter, a glass of wine. My wife's face, tanned and carefree, beside my parents. They were standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, a perfect family portrait. He won't be hurt by this, my mother's voice said from behind the camera, followed by laughter. They toasted. My wife leaned into her. He'll be fine, she said. He always is. The video ended. I sat there, motionless, the glow of my phone burning into my palm. Then I put it face down, blew out the candles, and cut the cake alone. The knife didn't tremble once. The next morning, I didn't call them. I didn't message. I didn't break anything. I just observed the quiet. 45 years. Married for 12. Provider, planner, predictable. That's what I was. The man who handled the bills, remembered birthdays, fixed the things no one thanked him for. And they thought I'd be fine. The word echoed in my head. Fine. That soft, cruel syllable people use when they've already erased you. My wife didn't answer my calls that week. My parents sent a single email. We'll explain when we're back. You're overreacting. Overreacting. That's what you say to a man you believe won't fight back. The neighbors waved when they saw me mowing the lawn. They didn't know my family was overseas, celebrating my absence. That night, I opened my wife's office drawer. She had left her work laptop. The login was the same, our anniversary date. She never believed in changing passwords. Her inbox was a symphony of carelessness. Emails, itineraries, flight confirmations, a message chain between her and my parents titled Birthday Plan. I read every word. It wasn't just a vacation, it was an escape. They'd been planning it for months, a temporary break. My wife called it emotional reset. My parents called it necessary distance. And in one line, buried at the bottom, my mother wrote, "He'll think we surprised him. He won't do anything drastic. He never does." They were right. I wouldn't do anything drastic. I spent the next week in silence. From the outside, life continued. Groceries, work, exercise. But underneath, I was constructing something. I began collecting images. Not of them, of me. The kind they never saw. The version they forgot existed. Smiling with clients. Cooking for myself. Volunteering at the art center. Small, unassuming acts that spoke of a man who didn't need anyone. I started uploading them, one by one. Bright, warm, perfect. Paris had nothing on them. By the 5th day, a woman commented, then another, then more. Old friends, former colleagues, people who remembered who I was before they made me quiet. I tagged one of them, a friend from university. She was in several of the photos. Smart, elegant, kind. My caption, grateful for good company. No lies, no exaggeration, just timing. By the time my family returned from their European surprise, my post had reached hundreds of people. I didn't check my messages that night. I just went to sleep, letting the phone vibrate on the nightstand. They'd chosen silence as their gift. I was only returning it, beautifully wrapped. They landed on a Sunday. I knew because my phone exploded before dawn. 290 missed calls by noon. I didn't answer any of them, but I did watch the fallout unfold. My mother's post disappeared first, then my father's. Then my wife's entire account went private. Mutual friends sent screenshots. Panic, confusion, denial. People asking why she was on a romantic vacation while her husband was at home celebrating alone. One comment read, "Didn't you see his photos? Looks like he moved on pretty fast." She texted me at 2 p.m. "What are you doing?" At 3 p.m., "Please call me, we need to talk." At 4 p.m., "You're humiliating me." I smiled. Not because I wanted to hurt her, but because I finally understood what they'd underestimated. Silence can be sharp, and exposure doesn't need to be loud. By evening, she showed up at the house. I heard the gate open, the sharp click of heels, the key she still believed she had a right to use. When she walked in, I was sitting on the couch, calm, composed. "Why?" she asked, her voice trembling. I turned the phone toward her, my post open, glowing between us. "Because you thought I'd be hurt," I said. "You were wrong." She stared at me like I was a stranger. Maybe I was. She tried to speak, to explain, to spin the narrative she'd prepared. But words fail when power shifts. I didn't raise my voice, didn't accuse. I just stood up, handed her a small envelope and said, "This is your surprise." Inside, divorce papers. Dated the day before my birthday. Her face drained of color. "You planned this?" she whispered. I looked at her. "No," I said. "You did." The silence between us grew heavy. She opened her mouth again, but nothing came out. Her world, the one built on control, on narrative, was collapsing quietly. My parents called next. I declined. My sister sent a message. They didn't mean it like that. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did. It didn't matter anymore. Intent stops mattering once the knife is already in. A week later, I moved out. No announcements, no goodbyes. Just a note on the counter, "You were right." I wasn't hurt. I was reborn. They can explain themselves to their friends, to the family, to whoever still listens. I don't owe anyone a version of the story. I've learned that some betrayals don't require confrontation, only awareness. Because when people show you who they truly are, the real revenge is believing them. As I walked into the new apartment, sunlight hit the glass just right. For a moment, everything felt clean, unattached, unburdened, unsentimental. They had their trip, their laughter, their surprise, and I had something better, clarity. Final line, they wanted me to feel forgotten. Instead, I made them remember me forever.